authority. Steiner's got a mic.
Goldberg, the message is clear to you and all you white trash out there. Nobody puts their hands on my freaks. You see, the only difference between me and you is McDade's just good looking, but I can shave my ass and walk backwards and look better than your girlfriend.
That's a good one, huh, Tony?
Welcome to the Full Nelson Press Podcast, episode 56, the 2017 WWE Fastlane event. I am the creator of the FullNelsonPress.com. My name is Brandon Kirkpatrick. You can find me on Twitter at JohnnyJONNY_Tango. I'm here with one of the unlucky pedestrians in the new Sleeping Dogs movie, Mr. Peter O'Brien. You can also find him on Twitter at MVP360. And of course, you can follow the Full Nelson Press on Twitter at TFNP. Pete, are you ready to review, get into the Fastlane?
I am ready for Fastlane, the burying of everybody.
Where they take all these streaks and all these accomplishments and then just brutally end them. This was like the red wedding of statistics for wrestling.
They literally gave us the big old, yep, gave you the big old F you. I figured it out. Me and my buddy were talking about this.
Okay.
WWE has mastered the art of heel writing.
Yes.
So they are healing us in the writing department.
But that's
not
the thing. But
not in the show.
But yeah, but the faces are what they fuel for this heel writing.
It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Whatever. Wrestling happened.
All right, let's get into the kickoff show.
Why?
Cesaro, they decide to speak about their grievances about not being on the card, and then they just take off. There was nothing really there other than them just trying to get a pop from the crowd.
And it didn't work.
No, it didn't.
It was a very lame pop. It was a lame pop between the two, and I was like, whatever.
Then we go backstage and we see Mick Foley is on speakerphone with Stephanie McMahon, and it's all about like Steph's airplane's not working. It's out of batteries. So
Steph's in the back.
I know.
She's in the back. We're not going to fall for this.
The room over with the walkie-talkie.
Yeah, we're not falling for this anymore, Steph. We know you're behind the curtain. Just stop it. Just come out, because Mick Foley is in the process of ruining this event even more. Giving Jinder Mahal a match on a pay-per-view?
But the other thing that doesn't make sense is like both Jinder and Rusev, they go in there and they're like, we want single competition. So Foley, who's now in charge of this because our GM has already decided to just call in for this pay-per-view, he decides, I'm going to send you both out and give you both separate matches. To me, it's like, just put them against each other.
He even trolled himself with, we should do a best of 7. Are you kidding me? You even know how bad that was.
I almost turned the network off.
Oh, if that was going to happen, I would have walked right out. I would have been like, I am done.
We then get a Q&A with Samoa Joe, but it's just 2 questions, and like each answer is just its own promo in itself, almost as if it was set up that way.
By the way, that girl, she's in my Fab 5.
I saw your tweet.
She's in my Fab 5. I'm fine with it. Whatever. Tweet me.
Charlie Caruso, I think is her name.
Yeah, I think so.
Stunning.
I know, Charlie. She would sound so good, like with an O'Brien at the end of her name. Just kidding.
Whatever. Let's get to the actual pay-per-view. First match of the night: Sami Zayn versus the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. Ugh.
They held him back. It seemed like they weren't gonna let Samoa Joe be Samoa Joe and Sami Zayn be Sami Zayn, because they realized the end of the show, which we will get to, was going to be so bad. They didn't want the best part at the beginning.
Right,
That's the only way I can look at it.
The thing is, okay, let's set up this. Let's just look at the pay-per-view, the card in a whole, because we have Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe, and we kind of all thought this was going to be a squash match for Samoa Joe. Nia Jax and Sasha Banks, a squash match for Nia Jax. Goldberg versus Kevin Owens, a squash match. Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman, another squash match. Like, it just was like big guy versus small guy was the entire plate that they gave us tonight.
Yeah. The writing is beyond bad right now. Like, oh my god, Raw. What are you doing with your writers?
Right?
Like, are you looking at your writers and you're just like, what do you guys got planned? Oh, don't worry. We got so many curveballs. Like, you have no idea. Like, it's crazy. It's literally crazy how many curveballs we have. Get this. We have a big guy versus a little guy. After that,
the whole night,
we're going to have a tag team match, right? Where they have a big guy and a little guy versus a big guy and a little guy. We're going to do that. Mind's blown. Oh, by the way, women? No, I'm not going to get yelled at for calling Nia Jax big. But she's bigger
than Sasha
versus
Banks.
Sasha Banks. Vince is sitting there and he's just going, I like it. I like what you're doing.
I dig this.
Everything you're doing, I dig it. Keep it up. Keep it up.
So yeah, I really felt like creative really got in the way with this one because you're right. They both really wanted to like put on a really fun match, and instead they're like, well, we really have to make Samoa Joe look strong, which means nothing can go over for Sami Zayn. It has to be a complete squash match. And so Sami Zayn just decides to take a nap, and the ref calls it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess their angle was, I didn't mind it as much because you do need to build Samoa Joe as unstoppable. Him choking out Zayn worked, but it just felt like the match got stalled because they got held up a little bit. Like, they weren't allowed to push the envelope as much.
And I think we're going to see that a lot because we have a lot of fan favorites coming from NXT up to the WWE and are currently there now that are like, okay, great. Like, we'll talk about it now. Matt Hardy gets released from TNA. This broken Matt thing, I see how it works, but there's no way it's going to work on the WWE. At no point do I see that broken, because once he comes to the WWE, they don't actually own it, but they technically creative owns that character now in what direction they put it in the WWE.
Exactly.
It's not Matt Hardy doing it anymore. Same with Kevin Owens not being Kevin Steen anymore. It's creative that's controlling these characters.
Yeah.
So
they wouldn't work. I'll flat out tell everybody they will not work.
No.
It won't work at all.
I agree. I did forget to bring up there was a cruiserweight tag team match: Rich Swann and Akira Tozawa versus the Brian Kendrick, Noam Dar with Alicia Fox.
So you didn't forget because I forgot too. I mean, the match happened, whatever.
It did happen.
It wasn't anything like to rave about.
No.
Like, I mean, first of all, completely forgot Alicia Fox is still on the roster.
Right? Okay, is she on the roster? Because she's just been manager for like 3 months now.
Thought she was gone. Had no idea.
Moving on.
I'm gonna take a drink of it.
Yeah, I will say there was a positive note that this was kind of the theme of the kickoff show. If anything, the kickoff show was entertaining because it did have a nice, long tag team match for the cruiserweights. They at least did something. However, I would have totally have done that instead of the debacle we get with Rusev and Jinder later on in the night.
Yeah. What the hell is that? Like, what is going on?
Yep. Then we cut to a backstage interview where Bayley, she just tells Charlotte that if she truly wants to be the true alpha bitch, she'll have to leave Dana in the locker room. So,
okay.
Yeah, right?
Great.
Raw Tag Team Championship match. Enzo and Big Cass, they try to take the titles away from the club. First of all, I really felt like Cole and Graves were like really on the same size. Like they were creaming every time they had to talk about the club. They just loved the club for some reason. Out of nowhere, they've just like, it's almost like Vince finally Googled what the Bullet Club was and was like, oh my god, there's hype here. We could use it. There's
nothing to get invested with this match.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the problem with Raw lately is that all these matches have no build-up.
No.
Like, Enzo and Cass won the chance to win.
Right.
Or won the chance to fight for the titles. Then they go fight somebody else for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then they come back and boom, they're back into the title picture, and the following week they're in the pay-per-view.
There's no story.
It's
just contendership, but the contendership takes breaks all the time.
There's no talking, there's no angle. No. It's lame.
Mm-hmm. And with Enzo being so great on the mic, all he really just comes out is whoever his current opponent is that night. He'll just come out, rib him a little bit, and that's it. And other than that, we're just seeing him try to fuck a chicken on KFC.
Yeah, it's weird. It's just awkward. Like, the whole Enzo and Cass shtick is starting to, I think, burn out because they do the same promo
right
all the time. Dude, just walk out.
Yeah.
You know? And I mean, some of the rants, like, are just like, they're good, they're clever,
Right.
but a lot of the people don't get them.
No.
So they just sit there like, huh?
And I think they give too much time to Enzo. Like, there's a lot of times he just rambles to the point that it's just not funny. He could say, like, 2 or 3 punchlines and then just stop there, and he would be spot on. That's where I would end it.
I'm with you on that one. Whatever they won, the Bullet Club won. So.
Yeah, they did win.
Woohoo.
With the sloppy ending, because like first of all, he pins them and they're basically already under the ropes. The ref should have seen how close just by looking where he was in the ring.
Absolutely.
and then Gallows has to just put salt in the wound by just grabbing Enzo's foot and just putting it on the ropes. But it wasn't needed. Like, Anderson had that pin locked in. There was no need.
Yeah.
You knew he was out. Like, they could have done that in the middle of the ring.
Yep.
He still would have been completely knocked out there. It would have been okay.
Absolutely. They just don't give the Bullet Club enough, props.
And the other thing is like, every ending we see is kind of like, well, it's setting up for something. It's like, it should already have been set up for something. WrestleMania is less than 30 days away.
How many pay-per-views have we heard this is setting up for something? This is setting up for something bigger.
1998.
Yeah. You're like, you remember when The Rock fought Stone Cold? They're setting something up bigger. When? I don't know. But it'll happen. It's going to be huge.
That Shawn Michaels Bret Hart Iron Man match? Just wait, because we got a little thing called Sasha coming in about 15 years.
And it's going to be crazy, because then those two are going to fight again.
Forever.
It's just getting old. Like, come on, Raw, just pull the trigger on something.
Speaking of pull the trigger, here we go. Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks, the boss. They've been hyping about how, like, Nia Jax has never taken a loss since she had come up from the main event roster. But she just loses in the dumbest way tonight against Sasha Banks.
Right when I heard that, I'm like, well, Nia's losing. Because here's another thing I talked about. Any outcome that I think would make sense, I know WWE is going to do the opposite.
Right, and they almost feel like they have to.
That's what we were talking about. We were like, okay, so, God, Nia Jax should just keep getting billed as this big monster.
Right.
But that makes sense, so Banks is going to win.
There was a match, like 2011, I would say, where it was the Great Khali versus Dolph Ziggler. And Great Khali was like main event status at this time. And Ziggler wins, but only because he continuously attacks Khali's neck and keeps putting in the sleeper hold until finally he puts him to sleep and gets the win.
Yeah.
Such a cool match. You could do that with Sasha Banks because she does start, and I kind of felt like that's where they were kind of leading towards halfway through the match, because finally, like, Sasha's putting in like a neck lock. She puts in the bank statement. She's constantly concentrating on Sasha's neck. If she would have lost by just putting Nia to sleep, that doesn't make Nia look bad at all. Nope. That just shows that Sasha just overcame Nia Jax. But just this loss, it's just a shitty loss for us we've spent so much time and you forced us to have to watch this whole thing with Nia Jax going from winning every night to taking on jobbers every night, and then it just to be nothing.
Yeah, it ticked me off because I like Nia Jax in the ring. I feel like she is going to be huge. Like, I feel like she's next in line.
Right.
She needs a new costume. It's weird. Mom, I'm sorry. But, like, I think they didn't do that route because isn't that how Bayley beat Nia Jax?
Oh, maybe.
She
did.
She choked him out.
That's right.
Which was a pretty dirty choke, but, like, it just goes to show, like, someone smaller could choke someone out.
Right.
And that's the thing. It's like, WWE just doesn't think, like, the fans can just handle something like this.
Well, the other thing is that I think they keep driving towards the casual audience when... Shut up, O'Brien! I guess we should mention that we're in the same room together. We got a new mic. This is cool.
You were saying? I'm thirsty.
Jesus. I don't even know where I was going anymore.
Well, I mean, but you get it though. You get what's happening.
Yes.
You get the whole spiel about all that. Like, it's just a bad.
Yeah.
It's a bad loss for Nia Jax.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help her out.
No.
It doesn't. If she would have beat Banks clean, then people would be like, watch out.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, well, just another big person. They're just going to keep pushing in the back.
So setting up, like, just looking at this, it kind of feels like it's WrestleMania is Nia Jax versus Bayley.
Or WrestleMania, I've word on the street is they're supposed to do a fatal 4-way.
Fine, whatever.
But then involve them.
Fine, yeah.
So why didn't...
I mean, are we going to talk about this whole thing about Sasha Banks? Just this whole heel turn is just like looming now because she's way too buddy with Bayley right now.
I don't know. Whatever.
I think it's a heel turn.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, that means it's not going to happen.
I'm just saying they set that up tonight on Raw. They'll set up the big heel turn, is my feel.
Yeah, they won't. If you believe that's going to happen, then it's not happening.
All right.
So just remember that. You think something cool's going to happen,
It's a complete face turn for Nia Jax.
Well, we were sitting there talking about why we should have gone to the event, because Dubuque had a bus tour.
Okay.
And he's like, Taylor's like, oh, I definitely, like, we should have gone, because we heard, like, The Undertaker and stuff was going to be there.
Bullshit.
And the more I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, nothing's going to happen. And the Goldberg match is just going to be a straight up, like, squash.
That was the other, yeah, we'll get there.
But, you know, like, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, and I'm like, so the event starts off, I'm like, you kind of regretting going? He's like, oh, we'll see. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, it'd be cool to be there.
Right.
Ugh, that's a long bus trip back to Dubuque.
Yeah, after watching just Goldberg just cream Kevin Owens. Moving that.
Why?
Because you're just going to keep shaking the fucking
It's
ice.
I'm thirsty.
I bought you a bottle of water.
This isn't loud enough. Taking away my ice drink.
You can have it back, champ.
I don't want it back. I want to talk wrestling.
All right, so what they dub it as the bonus match of the night. We're Cole is excited about Jinder Mahal and Rusev are coming down. They have a little spat, and then I thought they were totally just gonna finally like, hey, surprise, you are in a match against each other. But nope, Cesaro comes down in just a boring match that was just beneath Cesaro. Like
The match was beneath everybody.
Yeah, well, like, I think Cesaro just, like, complained about, like, man, I just wish I had a match tonight. You want a match? Here you go!
Got a glorified Raw match.
This whole pay-per-view was just a glorified Raw.
So I said, I was like, imagine if you had to pay $50 for that.
Oh my god. Well, we've seen that, though.
I'm already getting ticked that I'm paying $10 a month for this stuff. But, like,
and technically, half of it goes towards SmackDown.
Yeah!
Which is on point.
I'm fine with SmackDown. Raw just keeps missing.
I know.
So, let's not talk about this match, because it's stupid.
Right.
The only thing to talk about is Jinder Mahal is on roids.
Yeah.
I really think he's skipping out on the wellness policy, right?
Someone wrote on the Squared Circle.
Look at his veins!
Someone wrote on the Squared Circle Reddit page that when are they going to hinder the Jinder with a wellness policy violation?
He's got back knee! He's getting back knee now.
I know.
He has all the signs of, hey, I'm cheating. Oh my god.
Alright. Yeah, Rusev, he gets a match against the Big Show. I was actually rooting for Ruru only because it's Rusev.
Handsome Rusev. Handsome Rusev with a new haircut. Like,
right.
Rusev is just getting hosed.
I know, but his Twitter is just comedy gold. You can see it there.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
he
he's
knows
great.
what he's doing.
He's so good. And WWE's just like, well, he did good with Cena, but that's it.
That was
We're
it.
done.
Right, we're over. A mid-card.
Yeah.
Mid-card is where he goes. Next, we get to see Austin Aries' amazing package. That was hilarious.
Twice.
He
did it before the other one, too.
He
And
did
he
a
shows
kickoff
it again,
show.
and I'm just like, he needs to get healthy. And him versus Neville is going to be awesome.
I know. Please hurry, Aries.
Please. Because there is no depth of any character on the Cruiserweight division.
No.
Like, at all.
Neville.
Neville.
You know what? I will take that. Jack Gallagher, I think, is really. I know you're going to hate on him, but I think he actually developed some more of a character with his feud with Neville.
Yeah.
This was really. I mean, this is the next match. It's the Cruiserweight Championship match. Neville defends his title against the gentleman Jack Gallagher. Gallagher, I really hated on Gallagher, but this match kind of turned me because it was probably the best match of the night. It was entertaining.
Doesn't turn me. It does not turn me.
Okay. All right.
I still don't like Gentleman Jack. Okay, but I didn't really like him in the Cruiserweight division,
No.
the Cruiserweight Classic, but he still put on good matches.
Yeah.
He can put on a decent match if he gets rid of the stupid comedic shtick the whole time.
I think sometimes the comedic shtick kind of works for him, and I really
do
like
it
how
short.
much to a short, absolutely to a short. But like Neville, like calling him out on like the stupid stereotypes he's doing and stuff like that. I think that just made that feud just even better.
Oh, and I think I was waiting for Roman Reigns to come out and spear him, but it's like Gentleman Jack. He can, you can do a goof, but like the whole tying someone up in a knot and they can't move.
And then
If that was
around.
gonna be,
Yeah,
if that was
it
gonna be
just
in the
buries
title
them.
match, I was gonna be ticked. But I mean, he sold his headbutts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if
those
are
headbutts were awesome.
if they were real headbutts,
Yeah.
you'd be dead.
Yeah, that Neville did that suplex and Gallagher just lands on his neck. That was a wicked suplex. That was awesome.
Well, even the one on the top corner where he flapjacks him. Gallagher's like, come on, dude, that's the same shoulders.
I just belly flopped
It
on this
hurt.
fucking mat.
It hurt. Can't you see all my burns? I'm really white. Put some elbow pads on.
But Neville wins with the red arrow.
Yeah, he brought it back. He brought it back.
That was
I
awesome.
don't care. The red arrow's amazing.
It's really cool. I'm glad.
Cool.
Just use it.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I just like how he doesn't have to rely on the red arrow to win anymore.
No, which is
I don't
cool.
like top rope finishers where they always have to move them over. It's like, have it ready if you can, but also have one for a submission. You need a top rope, a submission, and on the ground.
Right. So what do you think next for the Cruiserweight title? There's so many things up in the air. I think it's the most exciting title right now, only because Neville has the opportunity to take on Tozawa, and he also has the opportunity to take on Aries, and I also think this would be a missed opportunity for that token, like 6 or 8 man ladder match that they always do every year at WrestleMania.
I think they should do that.
Give that to the Cruiserweights this year.
I think if you did that ladder match with the Cruiserweights, it would steal the show.
Absolutely.
It would definitely steal the show.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely be down.
That would be if you put on the kickoff show, even if it means the arena is completely empty.
Just get a match in there that people actually care about, because so far, I don't want to see Mania.
Yeah. We'll get there.
Ugh.
All right, next match of the night. The big dog, Roman Reigns, takes on the male version of Nia Jax, Braun Strowman.
Shut up with the big dog thing. Like,
The big dog!
Shut up.
Roman Reigns!
He is literally the worst. Like, he isn't the worst. The writing for him is the worst.
Well, okay, I think I've kind of come to a realization, and I think it's because Roman has no personality whatsoever.
Well, you gotta take time to be a dad. Okay? You can't focus on great promos and being a dad.
Right, everyone can't
And
be
he works
Goldberg.
out.
You can't be a Goldberg.
Yeah, you can't just take your kid's shirt off and prance around the ring. Still, Goldberg, you're creepy.
But, yeah, with Roman, though, he has, like, he can act. So, like, there's a lot of times you'll hear, and you'll notice it, every time a Roman Reigns match starts up, listen to Michael Cole, and really listen to him, because a lot of times he's like, I talked to him backstage, or Roman's known for, or like saying, like, that's not what Roman thinks. You don't hear Roman saying this stuff. You hear the commentators saying it for him, because he has no way to actually project any of that at all.
Well, and here's the best part. You're saying that. I bet you Creative has handed him cards and is like, Roman, we need you to say this. And Roman's like, I'm the big dog. Okay, I don't talk.
He just
rips the cards
doesn't
up.
even rip them. He just hands it to Michael Cole and goes,
Someone's
just
like,
do this for me.
And some writer's like sitting there and he's like leaning forward. He's like, can Roman not read? I don't think he can read. Okay, Cole, create his character. God damn it.
Yeah, so Strowman, he just starts throwing Roman around, and the Milwaukee crowd is just loving it.
Yeah.
They were like, thank you, Strowman, everything. And then Strowman, for some reason, he just starts yelling and rah, and I'm just like, hey, he's singing his theme song.
Yeah, like, I like Braun Strowman. I do.
Royal Rumble, I think, really showed the potential of what he could do.
And here's what ticked me off about this match is what WWE did to him.
Okay.
You have him mowing him over. Why wasn't this like a no DQ match? That
Right.
would have helped. If you could have made it a no DQ match and then have Reigns win,
Right.
by like maybe throwing the announce table on him or
Right.
throwing him through a table, hitting him with a chair repeatedly, then hitting him with the steel steps, then hitting him with his finisher, then hitting him with
Right.
another finisher. Then if he would have lost, I would not have been mad because you had to put in all that work
Yeah.
to take him down. Then you would have been like, okay,
Right.
but
But for Strowman to pick him up and just flop onto a table with him, and I mean flop, he just literally just falls on top of Roman through a table, picks him up, rolls him into the ring, and Roman then just gets up and spears.
Yeah, and
what
spears
the
him.
fuck?
It was just like, so table shots don't matter anymore.
Right.
It's Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And that's where people have the problem with Roman Reigns.
Right.
It isn't the fact that he's pushed into the main events. It's more the fact of what he gets to do in the ring that nobody else does.
Right.
He's Super Cena times 12 now.
Yeah.
It's getting even worse.
Oh, I know, because at least with Super Cena, like, Cena could sell shit. But Roman is just like, okay, at 13 minutes and 32 seconds, I have to be in the corner of this ring and I have to stand up. It does not matter what is going on, how long I've been in this corner, I have to hit this spot at this time in my head.
He also has that stupid look on his face all the time, like when he's playing T with his daughter, and she's like, Daddy, here's a coffee cake. And he's like looking at her, and he's like, I don't see a coffee cake. My daughter's stupid. I'm a big dog. I'm a big dog, all right? I'm the man with a plan. Daddy, that's not you. That's not you. I'm like, Roman Reigns.
Drink your tea.
Big dog. Big dog right here. Big dog Roman Reigns. So, the thing that was kind of cool, though, I do have to give it up for Strowman going to the top rope.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he jumped.
Oh, he did.
He put some effort into that jump.
He had to.
What would have made it great is if there was like something in the ring that he just went through it.
Oh, I know. Like
then you would have just been like, Roman wins. Like, like Braun Strowman just went through a ring.
Right. And then if they would have done that, they would have had to cancel Owens and Goldberg.
They might as well have.
Yeah, just gave him the title for the night.
So that was my big gripe with that. It was just poorly executed. You could have easily had Roman do more to take Strowman down. To me now, Strowman looks weak.
Right.
And I've seen, oh no, you need to bill him up for The Undertaker. No, you don't.
Right.
You do not need to.
Where's Strowman even going for WrestleMania?
I don't know, but like, okay, so you're trying to tell me Undertaker wants to pass the torch to Roman Reigns? And he wouldn't do it to Bray Wyatt or CM Punk?
Right. Remount, Roman Reigns is hanging onto this sack just full of fucking torches.
Yeah, he's like, I got Cena. I even took Shawn Michaels.
Right. Kane gave me his Royal Rumble elimination award.
Edge gave me a spear. I made sure to do it as bad as possible, but I'm Roman Reigns. I'm the big dog. So that's the problem. I'm done with Roman Reigns. I've literally checked out. Hey, plus though, you got new kicks.
Yeah. Damn, Daniel.
Damn, Daniel. I kind of dig them. I dig the new look.
Whatever. They were too white. That was stupid. They looked like some like Payless shoes.
They weren't Payless shoes, okay? They were Nikes.
All right, sure.
Think.
Did he pump them too, like fucking John Cena?
That was Reebok. God, know your shoes.
Oh man.
Whatever. That's all.
Yep. So Strowman loses.
Strowman off. That match sucked.
The thing is, like, again, the same thing with Nia Jax. I hate to be, like, isn't it ironic though that every time that we've had like some pay-per-views that actually have some well-done matches, they always end dirty. And the one pay-per-view that every match like kind of ends clean, I would have rather have had a dirty match.
You needed dirty finishes for Mania.
Yeah,
Mania's coming.
This is the one pay-per-view where you could build as much suspense as possible.
Build stories. Build stories is all I ask. Oh my God.
All right, speaking of in-depth stories, the Raw Women's Championship, Bayley defends her title against the alpha bitch, Charlotte Flair.
Everyone, I think, was all checked out because
Roman won.
Roman won.
They were.
Did you see how, like, did you hear how quiet that crowd was?
Yeah, they were done.
That crowd was so checked out.
Because the end was near. They knew all that was left was Bayley and Charlotte, and then the main event.
And then Kevin Owens handing a title over.
Yep.
So, like, it was all right. The match was okay. The finish was so dumb.
Bro, Charlotte, which we saw it 2 weeks ago when she did the same thing at Raw when Sasha runs out and interferes it. Why? 18 pay-per-views she goes undefeated, and then Bayley wins with a weird kind of roll-up because of a distraction by Sasha Banks. Why not have Charlotte have won? Why not have Charlotte won via disqualification or an accident and have Sasha turn like on Bayley? And then finally, have Sasha lose that pay-per-view streak at WrestleMania. Why lose it on a random pay-per-view like Fastlane?
Speaking of DQs, Sasha Banks fighting Charlotte. Isn't that a DQ?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a DQ.
And the ref watched it.
The ref's like sitting there on his Game Boy, just like, I'm gonna catch this Pokemon. Like, I swear to God, like, I'm gonna get, hey, like, Sasha, Don't be out here.
What's your friend code,
Don't
Sasha?
get out of here, you can't be in here.
I'm blaming that Nintendo Switch.
You're like, yeah, I'm sitting here milking cows by myself. God, what a creepy system. That's not here or there.
No.
But yeah, like that's basically what happened.
Mm-hmm.
There should have been a DQ. It should have been over.
But no, almost as if the ref didn't know what the finish was. They're like, hey,
I think he messed up.
Yeah, no. I'm taking your advice. WWE knew what they were doing here.
Why wouldn't you have Sasha interfere? So she fights Charlotte, and then Bayley goes like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you coming out here?"
Right.
And then that's how it starts with the three of them getting into it, and then Nia Jax just comes down, as Sasha Banks is just like, "I'm sorry," and Bayley grabs her belt and walks away, and Sasha's in the ring, and then Nia Jax comes from the crowd and just trucks her.
I'm awake now. I'm not like most girls.
I got you. But why wouldn't you do that? That
Right.
way, then each person gets incorporated into a fatal four-way at Mania, and everyone would enjoy it. Then you could start being having Charlotte trying to be "Shut up, Nia, I got it." No,
Right.
and then that's
Right.
when Nia starts getting into Charlotte's
Right,
face.
because Nia feuding with Charlotte is what I'm waiting for, because it's the imminent kind of unofficial face turn for Nia, because even if Nia's heel during that whole thing, she's going to get cheered, because she's just a beast going against the unstoppable Charlotte Flair.
That was a huge missed opportunity.
Right. So let's get to the main event.
Why?
For the Universal Championship, Kevin Owens versus Big Bad Bill Goldberg.
Dad bod dummy.
So they kind of wrote themselves, I think, in a corner here, because they focus mostly on Lesnar losing in under a minute or whatever the fuck it was. So that means that Kevin Owens, he either has to lose under that amount of time. If he goes after that, even if he loses beyond that time, he can still say, I lasted longer with Goldberg than Brock Lesnar does, and that ruins your whole build for WrestleMania. Yep. So Owens coming out there doing this whole 10-minute thing where he keeps rolling in and out and in and out. I knew exactly what it was. It was, and I did not watch Payback or Fastlane on time, but I knew they were like, man, we have to meet this certain time.
The first thing I did, I was in a group text.
Sure.
And I texted and said, guys, look what time it is.
Yeah, yep.
And it was 9:45.
Yep.
And they were like, oh, it's over.
It's done.
Yeah.
And I knew that's exactly what they were doing, was wasting time.
And I don't know if you follow Cheeky Jobbers on Twitter.
No.
But this guy had a 8-step thing with Kevin Owens.
Okay.
And oh my god, it's gold.
Okay.
It's the one where Kevin Owens is holding the belt and he's looking at Goldberg and goes, I worked my whole life for this belt. You don't deserve shit. Mm-hmm. And he's cussing at him.
Yeah.
He's literally yelling at him.
The frustration.
Owens is
because
pissed.
this isn't even Goldberg versus Kevin Owens. This is The Rock versus CM Punk all over again. Just with a shittier match.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it. What does this do for hardcore fans? This does nothing for hardcore fans.
It literally...
What does this do for casual fans? They don't know who Goldberg is. And anyone who watches this as a casual fan is automatically like, well, the rest of the current roster must be shit. If this 60-year-old man can come in here and just destroy this entire... I mean, it was teetering with Lesnar doing it the way he was doing it. But then just to have Goldberg do it in just fractions. This man he is Universal Champion and has had less than 5 minutes of ring time. In 3 matches.
It's beyond stupid. And when I was, and I always refer to Twitter because that's where I'm sitting on there and I'm always talking because I want to see what other people are feeling. And it's just ridiculous. When I literally tweeted, anyone can give me a good reason why this happened.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, well, someone's like, you need to build Goldberg up for the match at Mania. Okay, here's an idea. Mm-hmm. Let me just put this on the table and let me know if you think it makes sense. You have Owens, you have Goldberg. Owens is cussing him out, blah, 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 keeps rolling in and out of the ring, blah, blah, blah. It's working, right?
Right.
He gets in there. Instead of Jericho's music hitting, Lesnar's music hits. Goldberg gets all ticked, turns, and he's doing this. Hey, kid, look at me. I love my son. Keep your shirt on. Not yet. We'll take it off together. It's not weird. Dead bod. So he's freaking out because here comes Lesnar. Who comes through the crowd? Jericho comes in, co-breakers Owens, and like gets out. So then Owens is laying there and he's like stumbling to get to his feet, and like Goldberg like throws his hands up and turns and then just spears Owens. That way then you incorporate the fact that Goldberg is facing Lesnar, so he's focused on it. And then you incorporate the fact that you got Jericho screwing Owens over more than just walking out.
Right.
That was it.
That was it. That was all it was his music hit. He walked out and goes, "Welcome me to Fastlane." And as soon as they do that, they ring the bell. Kevin Owens is like, "I'm not ready." Spear, jackhammer, Dunzo.
Yeah.
New Universal Champion. It was just, it's insulting to your audience.
It was. And like if you would have had Jericho actually fight or screw, because then Goldberg would be looking at that and like he'd be like freaking out and like trying to like rip off like the turnbuckle. That would incorporate the ref to be like, hey, calm down, don't do this.
Right.
That's when Jericho comes in, screws him over, boom, bam. Then I wouldn't have hated it as much. But come on. That was just right when I saw the spear, I turned it off. So if something else happened at the end of the show, I don't know. I turned it off.
Nothing happened. They showed the little emblem in the bottom corner, and you were done.
Oh,
Off
you could
to
go
Raw
to
Talk.
Yeah, you can go to Raw Talk and see all the people who won that I didn't want to win.
Right.
God.
What do you want to grade?
F.
Fastlane.
F.
Wow.
I will go straight F.
Wow.
That deserves. Okay, you got your cruiserweight.
I gave it a D- only because of the cruiserweight. That is the only saving thing about this show.
It was an F, and I'm not trying to be too harsh, but
No,
it outweighs all the problems.
I know.
They just screwed us over.
Yeah.
They just said, "Who cares? We're not going to make storylines anymore." It doesn't make sense. Like
But they did.
It was pointless.
They did make storylines. Since last WrestleMania, we had Braun Strowman, Nia Jax, and Charlotte kind of making their big debut last WrestleMania season. And this entire year has just been building these... out of everything that's happened with like Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, AJ Styles, these three rookies in the WWE, they've really built them. And then just to have all of them fall in one night at a B-graded pay-per-view... before the biggest night of the year. Why do that?
Mania.
You just stopped all momentum for all these up-and-comers just for Brock Lesnar and Goldberg, who after WrestleMania, only one will be there. You don't see, if let's say Goldberg wins this, you don't see Brock Lesnar at Backlash or Extreme Rules the next week. No. Whoever the loser is, you're not going to see until SummerSlam. So... Why? Why do I care about them? Why do they have the title? Them just having the match alone does not need the prestige universal title to it at all.
Why are people cheering Goldberg but like booing Bautista?
Yeah, I know. Like that's the craziest thing is Batista
actually like wrestled.
Yeah, he
was
back.
there
Like,
more.
I will do house shows, and they still boot him out of the fucking arena every night
because they were gonna give him a belt, but yet for some reason a guy who does a 20-second match takes his boy's shirt off. I don't care. I will remind everybody about that. It was weird. They'll cheer.
That's like Titus kissing his kid.
Oh my god, Titus Frenching his little
That's
boy.
the match I want. A tag team match at WrestleMania.
For the dads.
Goldberg and his kid versus Titus O'Neil and his kid.
First one takes off the shirt, the other one makes out, and it's like, God, this is weird. And then all of a sudden the Roman Reigns commercial pops up, take time to be a dad.
The title of the match would be, it's a smooches and shirt match. Mamma mia!
Oh my god.
All right.
Yep.
Done of the night.
Everything. Can I say everything? The biggest dud, I'm sorry, is Goldberg walking out with the title.
Really?
It is just a joke. It's a joke on jokes, and all you fans who keep chanting Goldberg, okay, it was cool to watch him come out once, but
yeah.
I was the one that said, I don't care.
Well, Kevin Dunn could be like manipulating the crowd. They could just be chanting "Go home," and
It could, that's what I'm wondering, because I don't see it. I don't see why people are infatuated with Goldberg. Like, back in the day, it was cool. It's not cool anymore.
Right.
He's already done his 30-second run. I'm done. I'm done. You gave the belt to a part-timer who's never there, so now the belt's gone.
Okay.
Useless.
All right. Dud, I'm gonna go with Jack Swagger.
Did he get cut?
No. So in a podcast, he recently said he had some grievances about how creative work with him and how he hasn't had enough opportunities, so he's asked for his release. The following day, WWE came out and said, we have not given him his release. However, if we do, he will be on the 90 days no compete clause. But the thing that really rubbed me the wrong way was him just to say he didn't have an opportunity. Like, dude, you won Elimination Chamber like 3 years ago. You got stoned, and then you had to drop your title at WrestleMania. That's on you, man. You got a WrestleMania shot. So for you to say, that's a lot that a lot of wrestlers will never get. And they gave that to you. So,
we were talking about that when he said that. I was like, wait a second. He got handed the keys. He got a new song. He got a new manager.
Right? And how many times did they do that? When ECW came back to the ECWWE kind of thing that they had, he was like a main eventer there. He was holding the EC title there. When he came back in, he did the whole thing with the US title. They gave him the shot with Rusev. They just the We the People thing with Zeb Coulter. They given him multiple opportunities. I'm sorry, man. You just suck on the mic and you're vanilla.
Yeah, he's just mediocre.
Mm-hmm. All right, Pete. So, some other things I'm going to talk about after the pay-per-view.
Wait a second. Did you skip over...
Stud of the night.
Stud? Is there one?
All right. I do have a stud of the night. I'm going to give it to Goldberg. Hear me out, man. Think of how much money that man has made for the little ring time he had and little effort. He has put no effort into any of this return. None. He shows up. He does like a 50-minute promo. He leaves before the show's probably over. Like, the biggest feud he had was spats at his home while he was going over Twitter. He wasn't showing up every Monday night to do anything, but this man still shows up, still gets a good paycheck for just showing up in the ring in trunks, gets to show his kid how good he is. His kid will never forget this shit.
Oh my
So, yeah,
God.
Stud of the night. Who's your stud?
Shut up. Shut up. Austin Aries.
Yeah.
On commentary in his video package.
Let's give it to his package.
But the way he kept saying, he's like, you want to see my package? Do you want to see my package? And I'm like, is Austin Aries going to show his dick? Like, that's kind of weird. Like, why do you keep saying your package? My package. I'll show you my package.
Byron Saxton's like, I just said hello.
Yeah, I was like, I don't need to see your package. Could you not show me your package?
Speaking of package, let's talk about Tom Phillips here. So, you did not know this. This is pretty funny. Tom Phillips, I guess he was getting into those DMs on Instagram and ended up was going to be meeting some lady who called him out, totally took a screenshot of him, sent some DMs to him about wanting to just do some nasty things to her face. That's all I need to say about it. But yeah, Face Fuck Phillips is what we're going to call him right now.
I mean, wouldn't that suck to be famous and like you have these people like just...
So he's gone private on Twitter and Instagram. No one can get a hold of him. I think he knows what he's done.
Yeah, well, like, that would just suck.
Yeah.
But, like, even me, I'm like, I'm sort of private on text messages and pictures, because it's just like, I don't want any trail.
No. Yeah, I agree completely. So, yeah, especially for the man who's head of the social media lounge.
Yeah, he's like, I will face fuck all of you. You'll see it in my direct messages. Tom Phillips. Jeez. Well, good for you, Tommy boy.
Right. Well, hey, man, that's it, man. That's the Full Nelson Press Podcast, episode 56, the 2017 WWE Fastlane event. Anything else you want to add?
Oh.
This is weird doing this, like, face-to-face.
Yeah, it is. This is our first one.
Yeah.
See how it turns out.
So, suck a butt.
Yeah, bet.
Hey, thanks for listening to the show.
And if you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and like this video.
Leave us a comment. We might even read it on our next show.
And I'll try not to berate you, but no promises.
If you're listening to this on iTunes, please subscribe and leave us a review. You have no idea how much that helps.
I guess Stitchers has a thumbs up button now, so that's a thing.
You can find us on Facebook, Wrestling Amino, Tumblr.
Or just search for the Full Nelson Press on any social media site.
You can also go to thefullnelsonpress.com for all of our past episodes and original WWE art created by yours truly.
Go watch some wrestling.